Okay, so this is from RuinedLeon. Is it RuinedLeon, if I'm saying it right? It says anime fans harass Gachiakuta Arthur off Twitter. So this is not technically anything new. I don't think I'm going to edit this at all, but we all know it. I just want to see his take on it.
I was needing some more anime to watch when my friend Skelly,
Wait, Chibi Reviews or Chibi?
Crippled creature, decided to recommend me something called Gachiakuta Discussion. And when I looked at it, I said,
Gachiakuta what?
Did you say some more anime to watch when my friend Skelly, little crippled creature, decided to recommend me something called Gachiakuta Discussion. And when I looked at it, I said, this is the type of show that might interest me because from looking at it, it seems like all these characters are just gonna
Did you say Gachiakuta Coochie? Did you say Coochie? Bro said that weird.
Start putting the beats to other characters, and that's the type of shows I like. That's the type of shows that get me excited. That's the type of shows I binge, and I decided to myself once I finished the second season of Freedom.
What happened? Is he get doxxed again? Yeah, he said Coochie. I think that was on purpose. I feel like that's on purpose. I think he did that on purpose just to stir up people. I don't think that was on purpose.
I finish Yu Yu Hakusho, I will dedicate my time to grab him by the side of the coochie. But
yes, he's being now he's doing it on purpose.
I noticed that this anime was gaining traction online, and that could either be a good thing or a bad thing, and it turned out to be a bad thing because the author decided to
I'll do his video next time.
From social media because the fan base, or not really the entire fan base, it's always that weird subsection that takes things a little bit too seriously, decided to constantly berate them with different things over time that has accumulated into one big smorgasbord of an issue to the point where someone wants to no longer associate with people online because it's always going to be negative and toxic to their daily life. And I decided I wanted to look into those things just to see how pointless some anime fans are in discourse. And of course, I'm going to start with my tried and true, the shippers.
Another Gachi rant, but I am so tired of the thinly veiled homophobia that so many of y'all who interact with the anime manga are perpetuating. I keep seeing so many videos and so many comments under every freaking Gachiakuta video that I see that Gachiakuta fandom is turning into the new My Hero fandom. And people are saying that because people are shipping gay ships. Oh my god, call the fucking cops.
No, you pleb. It has nothing about it being gay ships, which most of the time y'all be doing that with straight people anyway, and then anyone says anything, you guys get fucking mad. That should be weird to me. But like, because if a straight person were to make if a straight person were to take a gay character and make them straight, y'all lose your fucking minds. And the perfect example of this was not even an example of, it was you guys assumed, where you guys thought Bayonetta was an LGBT individual, which she was not. She was actually a straight woman who had a child with a man, and y'all I think that was a fan art. It was a fan art of Bayonetta with some dude and a daughter or something. You always lost your mind and then harass and attack the person who made the fan art. But y'all have no problem with ships when you take characters that are canonically not straight and then make them gay for some odd reason. Yes, we're looking at you, My Hero Academia fans. Y'all the shippers specifically. You guys would be mentally ill with that shit. It'd be insane. And y'all take it way too fucking far. That should be weird as hell. Like, super weird. Like, weird. Especially when it comes to, like, between Kirishima, Deku, Bakugo, and who else? I guess half and half. I forgot his name.
Like, is this somebody else's first day on Earth? Is this somebody else's first time ever interacting with any fandom? Because that is the most normal thing in any fandom ever.
No, it's not.
Ships are always going to be like the most popular ships in like media, even if they're not canon. Because like, I don't think it's a stretch to say. It's not even a stretch. It's the fact that pure relationships are.
No, he left it up there. He left it up there. I didn't do that.
Really well represented in media, and most of the time they are. It's not a very good or positive representation. You might have queer characters, but they rarely ever have healthy relationships or even get into a relationship. So obviously, queer people, when watching media, like they want that representation. So
there is a section for y'all for that. See, they can't play that. See, this is why anime is loved, and it also can't be put in the same categories of other like Western, like in ways. You know what I'm saying? With the power systems and the battle fighting and all that shit. That's usually for young boys. You don't see a lot of girls just arguing about power systems and power scaling and all that stupid shit. Men will die on that and fight each other over that, over fictitious characters that don't exist. You don't see women doing that shit. I'm not saying there's women who don't take part in that, but there's such a low number of y'all who are literally zero. You know what I'm saying? That's the point I'm saying. Let me see, dear Lord, it exists. The problem with this is that you guys take things way too weirdly and strange to a part where it doesn't need to be. It's very weird.
only fanfictions, only fan art of characters. You know what I mean? Even if it's not canon. Like,
and I know how sick y'all get because I'm not even talking about anime. You guys be making fanfiction between Dean and Sam from Supernatural doing the most heinous things to each other. And these are blood brothers in this show. You guys be making some crazy fan arts type shit between two brothers, literal brothers. Fucking weird. Y'all weird as hell.
People have this issue with Jonka, and their main point is like Jabber and Zonka hate each other. I don't understand this shit. It doesn't make any sense. But to that, it already like it tells me that either A, like you again have never watched or read anything in your life to be confused by that, because that is a good example of enemies to lovers, which is one of the most popular romantic tropes.
Oh, and they love that. Oh my god, they love the idea of people who don't get along. They go on a fuck. They love that one. What, the Supernatural? You can just type it up on Google. Like they love that, and I don't know why. They like the idea of people who don't get along and forcibly making them into lovers. Whether they are even hetero in that sense or even gay. They love that. That shit is dumb. You can never have people who hate each other genuinely. You can always have them. They're just secret lovers all the time. That shit is dumb. If anything, that's a stereotype in itself or some shit.
Media, because like it's entertaining. Like people eat that shit up. So like it confuses me that like y'all are confused that people might like it because it's enemies to lovers. And I think again, like I really think it's just in the homophobia, because again, if you're somebody who consumes a lot of media, like you come across that trope plenty of times. Like how are you confused that people can like that? It also just annoys me because like the mischaracterization is crazy. They don't hate each other. Like it's not like a great relationship, but they enjoy fighting each other, right? Like I feel like obviously it's a bit more one-sided. Like Kei Urana, the manga cover, like there's no sections for each character in the manga, but like it kind of makes the character profile, so it'll explain like their likes and dislikes or whatever, and something about it.
To justify some type of you're the problem, you're the phobic person when there was nothing phobic to begin with. There was nothing phobic to begin with. Y'all just pushing two characters together that doesn't need to be or wasn't supposed to at all because you guys can't help yourselves. You really can't. You really can't. Shit.
How many people have an issue with black characters in the anime? Even Western viewers of anime is very odd. So, you know, it's just mischaracterization of Jabber is insane in the fandom.
Now, as I said, haven't watched this show, so I don't know which characters are the ones people are fixating on. I just want to state the obvious. You are allowed to have your fan fiction. You are allowed to be on Wattpad and create your multi-part series.
See, yeah, and there's nothing wrong with you making your insane fan fiction. The problem is when you bring your fan fiction into the real world, and then if it doesn't fall canonically from within the show, within your fan fiction, you have a mental breakdown. That shit is dumb. I don't give a fuck how much shipping you make of every character. They could be fucking a rock in the show in your head, for all I know. The problem is when it's legit what it is from the show and you guys are mad at it. That shit is weird. That is weird as hell. Like, do you know there was people complaining on the fact that Deku and Uraraka, they was weirded out that they, reconciled with each other on how they feel about one another. They was mad at that because they was never really in no inkling that they ever liked each other. Yes, there was. At the very beginning when they met, the dude he liked her off rip. He just got too consumed with the shit that was going on. It took 8 years, right? But like I'm saying, like ultimately there was indications of that. Yes, it will annoy the hell out of you. It takes away the seriousness. It takes away everything that was built up to that point. Like shit.
Where elements of the story you change for your own creative idea. You can do it on fanfiction.net. You can do it on AO3. You can even take your little weird ass to Rule 34 and do whatever unspeakable things you want to those characters. But when you have people dedicating time to thinking that these phantom ships should be canon, you're losers. You're desperate. You want to be touched. And you're not getting that you're disrupting the creative process that these characters have to go through in an actual setting created by the actual author.
Look, I don't want to be the one to tell you I told you so, but I kind of told you so. Kei Urana, the manga artist,
I think the problem here is that Kei Urana let her show. This is not her fault. I'm not saying this is her fault, but this is just a bad luck that her show came out right after, or at least at the end of the anime of like My Hero Academia came to an end. I think that's where the problem comes in, because if this was like in mid time of My Hero Academia, like season 3 type shit, this show would never have been even picked up. I mean, not picked up, but it wouldn't be as problematic for her as a creator, because remember, Fire Force came around I think by the 2nd or 3rd season of My Hero Academia. So like most people got overshadowed. Yeah, they made no sense. It's just it's the people who hate, I would say the people who hate J.K. Rowling hates her now. The same type of people who hate J.K. Rowling is the people who hate her, which is wild because she didn't say anything like J.K. Rowling did. She just says, no, my character is not that, and then people get mad. You know what I'm saying? So like the reason why a lot of kids, because I'm pretty sure if My Hero Academia did not come out, or at least ended around where Fire Force came out, bet you believe, I guarantee you, the same thing would be happening to the Soul Eater creator. Same thing, especially with Tamaki, specifically Tamaki, because they will be so fixated on her, of everyone. You know what I'm saying? And it was so bad to the point that because the reason why most people use, I'm sorry, I keep pausing because like it's in my ear. I can hear you guys telling me in my ear because I have the thing. The issue is, yeah, that it will make, like, they would make it their mission to take out Tamaki almost instantly. I'm telling you. Yeah, the fan art's amazing though. But the problem is like if that show came out the time when My Hero Academia came to an end or didn't come in existence, that would have been taken. Because look at Gachiakuta. You know what I'm saying? And then as soon, like, not only that Fire Force probably would never got another season because of the backlash, but Gachiakuta would never exist right after. Probably. Most likely not. Because I think she used to work on Fire Force back in the day. She used to be his assistant.
Gachiakuta is frustrated with how toxic people have become towards her work, specifically those here in America. During a live stream, Kei Urana got frustrated as she had to shut down many questions of fan canon shippings and asked if she was non-binary, racist, and more. With this being what she said.
How do you just ask someone if you're racist? I guess you can ask, but like they're not gonna say technically yes unless they're trying to irritate you.
As translated via an app, including this as well. You can pause and read. Long story short, she says, from my perspective, this is a common sense rule, but if nobody says it, things will turn into chaos, so I'll say it. If someone brings unofficial settings or outright incorrect ones right in front of me and keeps saying, what do you think about this? Hey, look at this. What do you think? Or hey, over and over again.
Oh my God. I think it was just Fire Force, if I remember right. Because I think she said she was a big fan of Soul Eater. But I think she got the work on Fire Force.
Of course I'm going to reject it. Maybe because people have forgotten, but I am part of this official side of Gachiakuta itself. What frustrates me is not the unofficial settings themselves. It's the people who throw childish tantrums about them. And believe me, we all know who those people are. It's the godforsaken shippers.
And when they point out that, yeah, that's not really something we're going to be doing, or when you add in original characters and try to hashtag it and try to make it as if that belongs in the actual show and make it canon, you're disrespecting the creativity and the creative process of someone who has more talent than you. And how do I know that? It's because their characters are so intriguing enough to you, you want to take them and make your own story out of them. You don't want to make characters based off of this. You want to take the actual characters. You want to make them kiss. You want to make them hug. You want to create a little bit of romantic tension where there may be some if I watch the show, or there may not be at all, like what you freaks did with My Hero Academia, because I will grab you consensually by your shoulders as I say this. A character telling another character to commit by telling them to swan dive off of the roof is not romantic tension that will lead to them kissing. That is bully turned friend character arc that went through that entire show and manga. And as it went on, it was clear as day. But the most traumatized, mentally disturbed motherfucker decided that that was romantic tension because the only way they could see a happy ending is through layers upon layers of abuse. And that's what
it is. He got it. He got it. He figured it. He knows. He knows.
Bullying is. And if you disagree with that, I feel as though you might have struggled dealing with and recognizing emotional attachment as you were getting older in your time. But that is just one layer of how one could be annoying. It's constantly badgering somebody on social media because they've given access to you by engaging with fans and retweeting and liking things. And you've decided to constantly berate somebody and talk to them about how this should be a ship and that should be a ship and this should be canon and that should be canon. My original character should be canon. And it's overwhelmingly.
I understand where she's coming from. I will never say yes to anything that anyone brings up to me, whether it's my family, friends, viewers, mods. I would not do this. Like, this is why I'm very hesitant to do anything close to a webtoon, because like once that becomes even close to popular inkling or a picky toe of being popular at all, you have a bunch of people who wants to push their nonsense onto your project, something you built on your own. They didn't build it at all. They just want part of it. And then when they put any form of investment into your thing, they feel like it's you owe them something. So like if they see your show, they like your show, your webtoon, whatever the fuck, and they say, hey, how about you put this type of character, and you say no, they get mad. The reason why they say no is because once they let you have any inkling of anything, they know you're insane half the time. Not all the time. Sometimes they're just genuinely just giving an idea. But like 9 times out of 10, do webtoons and just fans. But like 9 times out of 10, will say no because once you give them that inkling of anything, they're going to say, hey, I gave so-and-so an idea and they're going to use it. So I'm part of the thing. I should be compensated and X, Y, and Z and blah, blah, blah. Nah, I don't hear you. I don't hear your thing. I don't want to hear your idea. I don't care how much you were stewing on it. Make your own shit. Just save me the headache so you don't have to go to your stupid little friends and say, I helped them with that thing and I gave them the idea. It wasn't for me. They wouldn't be, nah, bro, fuck you. Nah, we ain't doing none of that.
Annoying. The next one is apparently one of these characters and the hopefulness that they were trans. And I'm going to stop anyone who's going to bother me. A trans character is not really the end of the world as long as the character's story makes sense, as long as they're a good character with some good story beats. Maybe they have an interesting arc. Maybe they just sit there and just put the beats to somebody. Maybe they're fan service. As long as it's overwhelmingly positive in the story aspect, who could possibly care? A lot of people. And they were hoping that this character was trans. And at some point, because they don't know how to read.
If they was hoping, then that proves how much these people didn't read the manga or didn't try to get the manga, didn't care for the manga. Because what's the irony in this is that you don't have to hope for anything when you're watching anime. If there's a manga, the manga already did it before the anime, because that's if a manga is like a glorified. I understand, I get it, right? But like the problem is with this, once they even put that out there and you hear it, they're gonna assume that you're gonna take their idea, even if you don't at all. That. Yes, I would not even give them even a slight inch. I'd rather them not say shit to me. I'd rather them not say absolutely nothing to me. I understand they're going to still do it anyway, but I'd rather them not to say anything. Because once they even put out there and I say no, they're going to think I'm going to use it anyway. These people are insane. They'll justify anything against them is justifiable towards you twice, sevenfold. So if you do something to them, if you say no to them, that is such an attack on their whole soul that they wish upon death, not only upon you, but everyone that associates to you because you said no to them. Kind of think of it this way. Think of it as talking to these people as a potential syndrome, right? From Incredibles. You give them an inch, they will take it to a level that you can't even fathom. So best not to give them an inch, much less a breathe. Don't let them breathe. Don't let them breathe. Don't let them. Because they'll say, yeah, I helped them with that. I should get compensated. You used my character. You used my character idea. No, fuck you. Incredible boy.
Read quotations.
And then you get a bunch of syndromes trying to kill you on Twitter.
Understand how sentences are structured. They believe that the author confirmed that the character was trans, and that was not the case.
Tamsi is canonically trans, or at least that's what it says in this tweet when someone said that Kei Urana, the creator of the series, messaged him and told him that Tamsi was trans, but no one would believe them. Of course, this DM is obviously fake.
That's fake. Why would you bring that up knowing it's fake?
But a lot of people took it seriously, especially when Urana replied jokingly and said close, but I don't use the poop emoji after laughing. And y'all, Urana was very much joking. That is Urana's personality. They're really fun on Twitter. And so they had to clarify in another tweet because people were not getting it. Saying, don't impersonate me, watch out for fake screenshots, and it's not them just because they use the poop emoji.
In earlier post, Urana addressed specific rumors such as denying that character Tamsi is transgender, stating, they're saying things like Tamsi is transgender. I don't think that's the case at all. These clarifications often trigger backlash with some fans accusing her of ignoring their view. Separate rumors about Urana's own gender identity circulate, saying she's non-binary based off of old requests for neutral pronouns in translations.
And maybe there were people overwhelmingly disappointed by that, but that is another one where people will get so excited about
they just went based on how he looked. because they went based on how he looked and how he sounded. Because since he didn't sound like a masculine individual like an Engine or even a Rudo or like a we call it that one dude with the giant arms. I forgot his name with the garden hose. Because Tamsi looks like the typical like very soft type dude. They went with that. So.
Piece of representation and demanding that it matter so much and demanding that it be a real thing, not realizing that that's not the intention with these characters. And again, disrespecting the creative process set and put in place by someone who's dedicating time to telling a story with these specific characters. That one was a little bit on the shorter scale because it's not really as big as the shippers being annoying and this next one, because you can imagine me finding out that the author of this anime and manga called Grip 'em Down There by the Coochie is somehow racist.
Okay, now he's definitely trolling Grip 'em. I'm gonna start calling it that too. Grip 'em down by the coochie. What? Yo, he's really trying to piss off everyone. Grip 'em down by the coochie. What the hell? Are we really saying
because
that?
They shared a video of a guy cosplaying as one of the characters doing a funny little dance. Now, I want you to carefully look at this man, and I want you to figure out what in the blue hell could be racist here. Give you a moment. I'm gonna let you ingest all that. Did you figure it out?
Yeah. Once you make a diverse cast, you're gonna be at the you're gonna be on the chopping block if they don't fall in the headcanon. So that's if that was actually needed for the story, then yeah. But if you're just personally doing just for the sake of doing it, then you're gonna have a hell on Earth later on. These people are looking for anything to destroy anyone.
No, neither did I until I had to find it out. One of the characters in the show, I guess, is what he's mimicking. And he's dancing around just like this character in an effort to say, hey, I'm relating and I'm cosplaying and I'm dressing up as this character and I'm doing a funny little dance. But there are people out there who dedicated time into thinking that that was racist, and the author is racist for sharing it.
I don't know why they'd be mad. There's nothing to be mad about. The dude was just doing a funny little dance. I don't think it was being malicious or racist at all. It doesn't come off to me as anything close to racist or thing. And this doesn't look malicious to me. It looks like he was genuinely like the character. So,
because it's disrespectful to black people. And I want to say that I agree with that, but there's just one problem.
Okay.
I'm not seeing the issue. When it's explained further that it has something to do with the hair being made fun of, and black people's hair is constantly being made fun of and disrespected, I'm wondering what these specific individuals that had a problem with this want. Because you have one of two options. This or a motherfucker doing blackface. And considering how a lot of people are very upset whenever they see a white woman with braids, but ironically none of you have the balls to say anything to Brock Lesnar, it's convenient that you somehow have more of an issue with somebody putting in effort to not disrespect than you would with somebody who could blatantly disrespect you. If you're holding me hostage and telling me to pick one, I'm going with the dude who's putting leeks and strapping them to his head and pretending that those are braids before I put blackface in the forefront of the conversation. And when you're constantly being berated and having people in your mentions talking about how this is racist and you're sharing racist content, that is also annoying. And it all compounds into this big conglomerate where you have all these factors annoying the ever-loving shit out of you, and you've tried your best to explain it away. You've had
I gotta see this too.
editors or whatever this graffiti artist was advocating that this was not really a big deal, and they're trying to understand too, but social media is not the best place to do something like that. You got all these people dogpiling in an effort to just demonize you. It'll be something to where you no longer want to associate with these types of people online, and then they're going to cry, bitch, and moan that, how dare you deactivate? All we did was give you a little bit of criticism. No, it was unfounded, it was pointless, and you were just fucking bored, and that ruins your chance to gauge a reaction or get an author to see your art or see your conversation or see you praising or criticizing a show, because you, instead of wanting to have a conversation that could matter, decided to pinpoint somebody as racist, or you got mad that a ship was denied, or you're very upset that your random fixation.
I'm not gonna lie, most of these people are broke. When you're broke, you have more time on your hands to just do shit like this. I'm telling you, when you're broke, you have nothing better to do. These are broke people who have free time to talk about things that doesn't make them any money, and then get mad and outrage over things that they can't fix and or do. So they want you to do it, and then it doesn't fall in their headcanon, they get mad at you, as if you were supposed to do it in the first place. No. If someone wants to make a black character seem silly or something like that in their anime or their manga or their webtoon or whatever the fuck they mean, that's their business. That's their story. That's whatever they want to write. It is not their obligation to make the black character be a specific way you want it to be. They'll make their character whatever they want. Whether it's a black character, Hispanic character, white character, Asian character, an alien, a demon, a monster, so on and so forth, a dog, you know what I'm saying? They can do whatever they want. Leave them be. Like Ricker.
On a hopeful trans character did not come true. What I would want people to do in these weird subsections of the anime fan base is to not be so fucking weird and disrespectful. That way you don't have more artists, mangakas, and authors just turning themselves away from you people while they just sit in their holes and slave away writing the next chapter or animating the next scene and just putting that out for you to just say, oh, I like that, or I don't really like how this was animated, as if you could fucking do better. No, the random fan art that you got from somebody else does not count as your work, but that's a subject for a different day. I hate when people
yeah, they get mad when the character doesn't act into a stereotype that they want it to be, which is irony. These people be against stereotypes but don't want the stereotype. Like they don't like stereotype labels or being in a box, but as soon as the character that doesn't fall in said box, they get mad at. All right, I'm gonna watch the next video on that.
have to just get away from what they love and engaging with other people about what they love because there are individuals out there who ruin it for everybody. I'm certain that this lady tried her best in understanding, tried her best in communicating, trying her best to be a good author who's reaching out and engaging with fans, but it gets to a point where it is annoying to deal with some of these individuals because all they do is whine, bitch, groan, and fucking moan to the point where it's not fun anymore. It's not fun to engage and people just lose themselves in their work and they go on to just make that and not engage as much as they used to. And that's sad because as someone who creates something, you should be able to engage with an audience. You should be able to engage in the discourse. You should be able to, confirm, have fun with some fan art and have a fun time. But these people who dedicate more time into being angry because they're not getting what they want, it just ruins.
They're just broke. Broke people have broken minds usually. Not broke people, but people who are broke usually don't have time to be putting times in things that they shouldn't be. So
the fun around it. It's the reason why.
That's why it was that. But yes, I hear you, Nathaniel. I got you, bro.
Not the best place to do something like that. You got all these people dogpiling in an effort to just demonize you. It'll be something to where you no longer want to associate with these types of people online. And then they're going to cry, bitch, and moan that, how dare you deactivate? All we did was give you a little bit of criticism. No, it was unfounded. It was pointless. And you were just fucking bored. And that ruins your chance to gauge a reaction or get an author to see your art or
fast forward. There we go.
People to do in these weird subsections of the anime fan base is to not be so fucking weird and disrespectful. That way you don't have more artists, mangakas, and authors just turning themselves away from you people while they just sit in their holes and slave away writing the next chapter or animating the next scene and just putting that out for you to just say, oh, I like that, or I don't really like how this was animated, as if you could fucking do better. No, the random fan art that you got from somebody else does not count as your work, but that's a subject for a different day. I hate when people have to just get away from what they love and engaging with other people about what they love because there are individuals out there who ruin it for everybody. I'm certain that this lady tried her best in understanding, tried her best in communicating, trying her best to be a good author who's reaching out and engaging with fans, but it gets to a point where it is annoying to deal with some of these individuals because all they do is whine, bitch, groan, and fucking moan to the point where it's not fun anymore. It's not fun to engage and people just lose themselves in their work and they go on to just make that and not engage as much as they used to. And that's sad because as someone who creates something, you should be able to engage with an audience. You should be able to engage in the discourse. You should be able to, confirm, have fun with some fan art and have a fun time. But these people who dedicate more time into being angry because they're not getting what they want, it just ruins the fun around it. It's the reason why you have people comparing all these fandoms and who's the worst, who's the most annoying, who does this the worst, who does this the best. And it's nothing good because it's all catered around a subsection of the fandom and how annoyingly loud they fucking are. And people can't ignore it because these motherfuckers will go in everybody's mentions and everybody's replies saying, pay attention to this, pay attention to that, pay attention to this, pay attention to that. So fucking annoying. And honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if this lady does not come back to Twitter at all. Maybe they will just to promote things, but honestly, to stay away from a bunch of negative shit, this would be the best outcome. And all these motherfuckers would have to do at that point is yell into the wind about how nobody heard their plight, about a fan art, some fan fiction, or racism. And just to bring it back to that one specifically, again, what the fuck do you people want? Because in the cosplay aspect, we all know you don't want motherfuckers painting their face black. So this cheaper rendition,
right? Thank you. What? Like, thank you!
Of fan turning into character, which is not a new thing. It's easy to do, it's simple, and they're not doing anything else. What, would you rather the motherfucker put braids in their head and that could be an easier conversation for you?
No, this is the weirdest part. They want black characters to be popularized, but they don't want no one non-black to dress or be like those characters. Anyone who's non-black is barred from dressing as or trying to be like that character because it's appropriating, it's evil, it's this, it's that. But then the same people say, why we gotta have more representation on? I'm like, which one is it? Do you want it or you don't want it? What the fuck? What,
no, this was simple, but because you motherfuckers wanted to cry racism for no fucking reason and not have it be an actual conversation, you're now running scared or running pissy because no one's saying, or no one in the author's aspect is saying, oh, I feel so bad for you, my bad. And even when they try, you still sit there and demonize them. So congrats, you played yourself. I think more motherfuckers got to grasp that your expectation of what a creator is doing is not going to be what the creator actually does. They have a process, whether you like it or not. Can you not be so fucking annoying? That's all anybody would really want. Everybody would want to talk about their favorite thing and their favorite show and their favorite sport. All they would need is for people to actually want to engage and not turn it into this better be canon or you're evil if this. Because I think we can all agree, as I've said numerous times throughout this video, it gets to a point where you don't even want to talk about this shit anymore. And even loosely seeing this from a distance makes me not even want to engage in discourse and grab them by the coochie, because it looks like a fun anime. It looks like it could be a funny manga, an action-packed manga. But oh my, knowing that this is in it, it just turn me off. And maybe that's me not really thinking about it enough to where, oh, I shouldn't even have to deal with that. I could just watch the anime. But just seeing dumb shit, it sometimes just turns the soul off. But let me know, is it okay for people to constantly harass an author about different shit or accuse them of something when they're just sitting back and sharing videos in harmless fashion? I know the answer to that. Let me be a YouTuber who asks you questions at the end of the video. I will see you all in the next one. Mwah! Attack on Titan is the greatest anime of all time. I will not argue about it with a fucking soul!
Alright, let's see what Sale sent me.